Hi everyone, how are we today? Just doing a quick all signs reading today, looking at subject of family. Okay, so when we are asking about family, normally I kind of put my intentions in a tier kind of system for the collective. So the first tier would be, the closest family, the people that you actually live with, your, whether that be your parents, your children, your, siblings, if you live with those, a partner, um, animals, pets. Pets do count as family. When I'm doing family readings, I do count pets as family. And then we've got the second tier, which is the close family relationships that you don't actually live with. So if you live separately to siblings, those sorts of things. And then the third tier would be the extended family, people that technically are family, but you may not see them very often at all. They don't live with you, of course. You may need to travel to see those people. But yeah, that would be the third tier, the more extended family type stuff. Now, I do want to just sort of mention that if you don't actually live with family, if you live by yourself, like I said, I do count pets as family, but we do also sometimes we do see when we're doing the family stuff, future family comes through heavily as well. So, your hopes and your dreams for the sort of family that you do want to be surrounding you, that sort of thing comes through quite heavily as well. Otherwise, you may not see sort of first tier stuff come through. You may just see the second and third tier relationships coming through, those more distant family members. So it is going to be a little bit different. Obviously, it is just a collective reading, so it is going to be a little bit different for each and every person. For some of you, something that's talking about, a sibling, a first tier sibling for someone within the collective may actually be the same situation going on for somebody else with a third tier relative that they're just sort of hearing about that rather than directly involved. So it is, like I said, a collective reading. More than welcome to check multiple placements, cross-watch, family member placements, all that sort of stuff as well. I will be starting with Aries. The timestamps will be in the description box. Please subscribe if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. We are using the Shine from the Inside Oracle cards. Quite a pale deck, I understand, so hard to sort of see them very, very clearly, but it was just sort of vibing that I needed to use that deck today. I do also have the Whimsy Lenormand as well. So just some quick, simple sort of messages today. Anything of importance that you need to know when it comes to family, family connections, things happening within the family, all that sort of stuff. Let's see what comes out for you. Okay, but starting us off with our Aries. Okay, Aries. Aries, on the topic of family, what does Aries need to know in regard to family, please? What does Aries need to know in regards to family? Okay, we have committing to self-care rituals coming through firstly. So that's all with the family scenario. It does talk about two things here. So we do see that you are needing to commit to like caring a little bit more and showing your care for other people within the family dynamic here. So, just little things like maybe doing a spa day with somebody, those sorts of things, showing them that, look, your self-care is important just as mine is. So that's the secondary message, that you need to take care of yourself within your family role here as well. So that you're no good to the family if you're not looking after yourself. So, it starts with you, and the more that you're taking care of yourself, the more that you are able to help other people take care of themselves and look after them as well if necessary. Okay, Aries, what does Aries need to know in regard to family? So it just talks about, doing more, relaxing things with family and things that are like self-care type things, just resting, relaxing, allowing each other to have space, spa days, all those sorts of things. We do see here, Aries, that there may be some issues around more so the family home. We do have the fox coming through first for you here, Aries. I do feel, though, for a lot of you, this is somebody from outside the family, this fox energy. Somebody who may present as a little bit, it's close to selfishness, but not quite. They're very intelligent, very clever, but it's kind of like they're trying to trick you. Because I'm getting things like tradespeople trying to, charge more than something is going to actually cost. So it's like you're getting a quote done on something around the house. The second card I've got is the house there. So I do feel for a lot of you, this has got to do with physical property. So the physical house of, the family home, whether that is the one that you're, that you live in currently, regardless of whether it's, the family home or otherwise, or, a place that you consider the family home. So take that as it resonates, but it's kind of just the energy I'm picking up here. It's like somebody getting a quote to get some work done on the house, whether it be repairs, extensions, whatever. It feels like we're getting a quote for something around the house. And this person here, this fox, is trying to kind of trick you a little bit here. So you are just needing to be very, very careful with those sorts of things at the moment. It does feel like somebody from outside, external here, that is it's kind of like their car salesman energy. They're trying to sell you all the really good, you need this, you need that, you need this, but it may not actually be in the best interests of the house, or it may actually be something out of your affordability, and it may pay to get other quotes, things like that. It's kind of giving door-to-door salesmen a little bit here as well. So, if you are aware that there is a family member around you here, Aries, that, maybe, because I'm picking up, for a door-to-door salesman, it's quite often seen with things like, elderly people that live alone, kind of getting conned into. That's kind of what this feels like. Someone sort of getting conned into getting something that they don't really need around the house, or that they can't actually afford that. They're just a sweet person that, they're listening to this salesperson, and that salesperson is using some sort of tactic that is convincing this person that they need to get that to happen. But what happens then is we do see the mountain coming through, and it could actually just cause some obstacles or delays. So I am picking up for a lot of you, that if we were to go ahead and get this work done with that first, the first quote, the first salesman that shows up at the door kind of energy, that it will create some delays, like delays in being able to afford the things that you actually need, but also, just obstacles and just making things harder. So it's kind of like this interesting energy where it's like you're being sold something that, this will help you out, but it actually ends up making things a lot harder for you. And I am picking up a bit of a financial aspect here as well, that it may just make things a bit harder financially. So it may just be, signing up for something that you can't really afford, that sort of thing. I don't feel as though this is you directly, Aries. I do feel as though this is somebody around you. It may be a little bit more extended than the people that you actually live with. But like I said, with that self-care ritual card here as well, it's just showing us that you need to be a little bit caring towards family members and think about those sorts of things, so that if you do have family members that you feel maybe a little bit more vulnerable to that sort of thing, maybe it's a really good time to go and have a bit of a chat with them in order to help them avoid getting into those sorts of situations. Okay, but you're more than welcome to check out other placements as well, of course, there, Aries. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus, what's going on for Taurus? What does Taurus need to know on the subject of family? Okay, Taurus and family. Your overview card, we have stay away from drama today. Okay, so who in the family is, it's either, I'm getting two different scenarios coming through here, Taurus, that there's either somebody in your family that you know that person is just drama. Every time you interact with that person, or every time they show up, they bring drama with them. Avoid having that person show up. If they're just bringing drama to your doorstep, don't invite them, is what I'm sort of picking up there, Taurus. But for others of you, it's not actually like a person that is bringing drama specifically. It's just a situation that, it's kind of coming out of nowhere. It's not necessarily associated with someone who is always drama. It's just, potential drama and needing to avoid that. It's not really as important as the drama would make you believe. It's just drama. It's not an actual issue, if that makes sense. It's not something that you need to legitimately be concerned about. And drawing yourself into that issue is just going to turn it into drama, and it's going to be a, continual issue or increased issue. So stay away from that drama, and you'll just avoid it. It'll just sort of drift off on its own problems. Okay, Taurus and family. What's coming through for Taurus and family, please? For a lot of you, this has definitely got to do with someone showing up at your house, wherever you live. Or I also want to mention here too, as well, Taurus, because, we do see the house first and foremost. So, someone showing up at your house, or it could also be you being, you feeling as though you have to go to somebody else's house to bring up this issue, so is it you? Because I am feeling for some of you here, maybe this is why you're being told to stay away from drama, because some of you are sort of hitting this temptation where you're the one actually, that may possibly show up at someone's house just bringing drama to the doorstep. So stay away from drama. If that's you sort of feeling inclined, stop and think about the seriousness of the issue. Is it something, is it worth actually following up, or is it something you can actually, let go of? I feel like it's not that important when you actually sit down and really think about it, that it's not actually that important. It's something that it's going to, in the long run, it would actually pay more and serve you better to just let it go, rather than, turning it into World War III with the family. Because we do have the garden here, which is meetings, okay? Meetings. So we do see, meeting at the house. Some, the house meeting. Some of you, it could be, having a house meeting. We do also have the rider here. So there is some sort of news on the way. So this is where I'm sort of picking, someone bringing, the rider quite often, especially with the house there, the rider quite literally brings news to the door. All right. But with that drama card, we see that the news is connected to some sort of drama that is unnecessary. So is this really your issue? Is this really something you need to involve yourself in? For those of you where this is like needing to have some sort of house meeting, family meeting kind of thing, we do, like I said, the meeting card here. We do see the need to compromise with the garden as well. Meet in the middle, okay? So, like I said too, with if you're feeling like taking drama to somebody else's doorstep here, maybe meeting in the middle, compromising. Is it worth winning this fight in order to, for the long term of this connection, with this family? Is it really worth it? Like, meet in the middle with this. Is this something that you actually can let go of? It's not really that important. Would you rather, if you're going to have some sort of confrontation or conflict or drama with somebody in the family, is this it? Is this really it? Okay. And if that's someone showing up at your doorstep, I feel like that's what you're sort of saying. Look, I'm not even getting involved in this. We can talk about this at a later date when you calm down. Thank you. Bye. Like, do not let them in. Do not let them come over. Do not what's the word, entertain this drama that they're bringing to you. Don't entertain it. It's not worth it. It just spirals out of control. Okay, Taurus. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Crosswatch anyone else's placements you would like. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Geminis. Okay, Gemini and family. What does Gemini need to know in regard to family? Gemini and family. Get back to nature and reconnect with your hippie roots, that card says. Who's the hippie in the family? Needing to reconnect with that person. That's a pretty straightforward message for quite a lot of you. That you need to reconnect with the hippie of the family. So like I'm kind of picking up that, there's, we always sort of hear the phrasing, black sheep of the family. Is that the hippie of the family? Is that the same person? Like, is that what I'm sort of seeing here? That the black sheep of the family, is it time to actually get back, come back down to earth and actually reconnect with that person in some kind of a way? For others of you, this is about, getting out, like literally doing something in nature with family. So like going on a bushwalk, those sorts of things. Going and helping someone with their gardening, maybe, that sort of stuff. I'm really just picking up this black sheep of the family message, though, more so than anything here, Gemini. But we'll have a look. Gemini and family. What does Gemini need to know in regards to family? Gemini and family. Once again, I'm definitely bringing this person back into the fold kind of thing. This black sheep of the family. It's coming through again. Firstly, we have the sun. So once again, in the quite literal sense, for some of you, it is getting out in the sun, out in nature, spending some time outdoors with your family. If you don't have a black sheep of the family that you need to reconnect with, or that you, because I feel like for a lot of you, it maybe has been in the back of your mind for a little while now that you want to reconnect with that black sheep of the family, that hippie of the family, the wild child. So if that's not resonating for you, it's just very, very literal message for you here, Gemini, of, get outdoors, spend some time in the sun, out in nature with your closest family, whoever that is, your children, your parents, your siblings, the people that you live with, your pets maybe want some sunshine and nature. Maybe you're like me and you've got a lizard and they need the sun. Okay, but the sun, in the main message I'm getting here with this black sheep of the family, it's like it brings it to light. It's revealing this, it's revealing that this you haven't sort of stopped thinking about the past. We have the mice here, which is the mice is this person that has been lost, that has been, removed, separated slightly, because they're the black sheep, right? So they're not, even if they're physically in your life, they're still somehow a little bit separate, all right? But it's kind of being, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like a bit of a revelation about the past, something coming to light about this person and about the past, and about, even if it's just the fact that you can't, this person, it eats away at you in the back of your mind, that you want to reconnect with this person, or you want to connect with this person on a deeper level, and you want them to sort of come back into the fold a little bit here, or be included a little bit more. We have the heart as well, because there's unconditional love. That's unconditional love. Okay, this person loves you and you love them, even if they're the hippie, even if they're the wild child, even if they're the rebel of the family, and even if they're disconnected completely from the family, there is a lot of unconditional love there. And I feel like that's, for a lot of you, what is being revealed to you is that, even if I haven't seen this person for 10 years, I still love them. I still think about them. I still care about them. I still want them to be okay. So maybe it's time to reconnect with that person and sort of bring them back in a little bit closer to you as well. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Gemini. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Crosswatch any placements you would like there as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Cancers. Okay, Cancer. Cancer and family. Cancer and family. What does Cancer need to know in regard to family? Ooh, Cancer. Forgive someone. You need to forgive someone, Cancer. Or ask, you either need to offer somebody forgiveness or ask for their forgiveness. So it's one way or the other. And for some of you, you don't even need to actually physically talk to this person to ask for forgiveness here, or to receive forgiveness here. You can pray for it, pray for forgiveness. Forgiveness is something that starts within our own self. We don't necessarily need to actually have anything to do with somebody in order to forgive them, or feel forgiven for our actions. So forgiveness starts with you, and you don't necessarily need to involve that person in that forgiveness. But there is some sort of forgiveness necessary here. I am picking up for some of you, it's got to do with family trauma, most likely childhood trauma. I'm picking up there for some of you. And it's, forgiveness is not about forgetting what's happened, and it's not about, it's more so about accepting, and so that we can move past it within our own self. All right, it's not that, oh, I forgive you, therefore, I'm going to forget all the horrible things that you did to me. No, it's I offer forgiveness because I can't hold on to this anymore. It hurts me to hold on to the anger and the pain and the betrayal, whatever that feeling is. That hurts you. Not forgiving hurts you because you're holding on to that. You don't need to actually have that person in your life in order to forgive them, especially when it's, traumatic stuff. And for some of you, it's like forgiveness for yourself. Some of you may feel, I do feel as though there's just one person I feel that you've maybe, that you've done something, and even if they don't know that you did it, you need to forgive yourself for your role that you've played in things as well. Once again, forgiveness is for you, okay? Regardless of which way it's going here, Cancer. Cancer and family. What's going on for Cancer with family, please? Yeah, so with the forgiveness theme here, it's interesting to me that this first card, the house, when we're doing a family reading, and this one has come out nearly every single sign so far, because it talks about the family home, it talks about family, it talks about your family tree kind of thing a little bit there as well, especially when it's with the tree, but not seeing the tree here for you. We are seeing the Tower as the next card, which talks about foundations. So we are seeing the foundation of the... Okay, random. Cancer, just totally random here, just because I am picking up a very strong, very specific message. Cancer, if you are in an earthquake zone, please make sure you have earthquake insurance. Please make sure you are aware of what to do if there's an earthquake, because this does talk about the foundations. I'm just also picking up the physical representation of what we're seeing here is, the house foundations shaking, getting stirred up. So, if there's something that's resonating for you in your physical house where there's a potential of the foundations are somehow shifting or moving, earthquakes as well, with stirring up, shaking up kind of energy there. But like the foundations of the house. So if that's something that you may just want to check that out, get someone to come and have a look at the foundations of the house. If you have sort of noticed any weird cracks appearing in the walls and things like that, it can be indications of foundational damage. Okay, so I'm just picking up here, Cancer, that some of you, there may be some sort of foundational damage, or will be some sort of foundational damage through earthquake, those sorts of things. So just make sure you keep that in mind if that resonates for you there. For everybody else, that's very much talking about the foundation of, this is where we're needing that forgiveness. It's got to do with your foundation. Like I said, I was intuitively picking up on that being, for quite a lot of you having to do with family trauma, especially, childhood trauma, where is the foundation of your home? What home means to you? It comes from your childhood. Before you can even talk, you are taught what family means. You're taught what home means. There's just something there that you're needing to forgive either yourself or somebody else for the way that you perceive home and the way that you feel safe and secure within relationships in general, because of the way that you felt safe or secure, or the lack of, when you were, creating the foundation of yourself, the core of who you are. So there's a foundational issue for you here. So a foundational issue, when I'm saying foundational issue, that's the core of who you really are, the way that you were, raised to believe certain things, the way that you, whether that be by example, whether that be by situations that have happened. It's the foundations that have been created, the core of who you really are, the base of what you built on as a soul. This is what you were first initially shown as a child. That's the base that you then built on as you learn and grow. You then build on that base. So there's something there with the foundation of, and it's got to do with the safety and security, your placement within the family, your safety, your security, the way that you rely on people. I feel like it's coming from the family, right? And that's why it's coming up here, is it's come from your family situation, at the foundation there. But it's actually affecting you in a lot more ways as an adult than you may realize. So it's affecting other relationships and the way that you feel safe and secure within other relationships, and the way that you feel secure in work and money and, all random different areas of your life here. There's just something about the foundation that you are needing to stir that up and make some changes in regard to that, reparent that little foundational side of yourself there. There's just something at the core that you're needing to just sort of put on some extra building blocks around that to sort of, which, those building blocks come from learning new ways of doing things, learning more positive ways of doing things or looking at things, which is how you're sort of stirring that up and bringing in some change, coming up with new ideas, coming up with new ideas on how to do things, how to feel safe, how to feel secure, within relationships and things like that. Okay, so some of you, it's forgiving yourself for, the foundation, because the foundation is not necessarily your issue. It's somebody else built that. We as children don't necessarily build that all by ourselves. Like I said, a lot of those foundational core beliefs are set before we're, 6 or 7. Children learn the most before 5. Is that really, are you actually responsible for things that you learnt before you were 5? things that you were taught before you were 5. If you were taught the wrong thing, is that your fault for you learnt it? So you did the right thing by learning, right? Maybe it's the teacher. Not going to lie. Okay, Cancer. But you are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course, and, cross-watch any other placements that you would like there. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo and family. Leo and family. What's going on for Leo and family? I'm picking up straight away here, Leo. Pets are somehow important when it comes to your family message. Create your own happiness. That straight away is telling me that for some of you, this is why pets have come through. It's because it's creating your own happiness. And there's at least one of you out there that in order to create your own happiness within your family, you need to expand your family. You need to create more family, which get a pet is what I'm getting. All right. So some of you are wanting to get a pet to sort of create a stronger family for yourself. Interesting. Leo. Create your own happiness. I'm also getting a message here that you can't rely on, it's not person's responsibility to make you happy. That your own happiness is your responsibility. You can't rely on partner, mum, sister. It's not their job to make you happy. That's your job. Your own happiness is your own responsibility. They may be, contrasting that, but at the end of the day, that's them. That's coming from them. That's a you problem I'm getting, rather than you yourself, Leo. Should it really affect your happiness? I know it does, because you care, right? So if like, for example, your mum is sad and your mum's having a really bad day, and then you, in turn, you feel bad for her. So you're having a sad day, and it affects your happiness. But maybe if you took more responsibility for your own happiness and didn't allow, I know you're doing it just because you care, but maybe the better way to care is to share your happiness, help rise that person, help bring that person up, rather than, meeting them down there. Leo and family. Yeah, happiness. Your happiness is what wins the day. Spreading your happiness, sharing your happiness, creating your own happiness. Happiness is at the forefront here, Leo. That is also your card as well. So, your own warmth and love. Use it for happiness rather than meeting someone down at this level. Bring them up to your level. That it's pretty clear. I feel like I don't even need any more cards for you today, Leo, but I have been drawing 3 of these for everyone, so I'll get 2 more for you. Leo and family. The bird and the lady. So for some of you, a bird would be a really good pet. All right, a bird would actually be a really good pet for you here straight away, since we've got the bird coming through straight away. When I get the bird coming through, it's usually like a chittery, chattery type of bird. Occasionally we see the owl being represented in the lenormand with the bird card, but it's other than that, it's a very chattery type of bird. So I'm picking up birds like parrots that are going to talk back to you, be able to interact with you in a more interesting kind of way. So they would be really good pets for you, Leo, to help create that happiness for yourself. A bird would be really, really good. But with the bird and the lady, like that example I just gave, if your mother is sad, and then you allow that to let you bring you down rather than you bringing her up to your level, conversation with the mother. Conversation. For a majority of you, that's exactly what this is, a conversation with your mother, conversation with that female family member. That is the lady. It doesn't necessarily talk about gender. It is usually very feminine energy. Someone may just be feeling a bit emotional. So even if that's not an actual female, because I am picking up strongly that for a couple of you, this is conversations with your mother. I'm getting mother strongly there. But, even if that's not an actual mother, it definitely could just be somebody who's just being a bit emotional, and needing to have a conversation will actually really help, bring their spirits back up. All right. So pretty straightforward message for you today, Leo. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Cross-watch your family members' placements. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo and family. What's going on? What does Virgo need to know in regard to family? Virgo and family. Gratitude rampage. List 10 things that you're thankful for. Homework, Virgo. You don't really have to go ahead and do that. Maybe you just want to list those things in your head. I'm getting a combination of things actually coming through. I'm kind of getting a list of names. Don't have to do 10, do 5, right? So we'll halve it up. So write 5. I'm just going to say write as the example. You can do it in your head if you like. Write 5 names, 5 people, 5 family members. Write one thing about each one. So there's your other 5. One thing about each of those people that you are grateful for that person's presence in your life. Okay? So like, just as an example here, this is actually really something very relevant to my life at the moment as well, because, it was my birthday recently, and my sister, so family, my sister gave me a gift that, I won't tell you the age, but it had my age, and then it had X amount of, X, the number, X things that I love about you, and had all that many different things, qualities, about me that she loves. And I was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. So it was just things like creative and unique and, just little keywords like that. So that's sort of something that you might want to do. Just write down, even if you've only got one person in your life, write down a few things about that person that you're grateful for or that you love about that person, and maybe share that with these people. Let them know, look, you mean a lot to me because you're such a kind-hearted person. Whatever that is that you're writing down about these people. Just being grateful for the people that you have. Virgo and family. Virgo and family. I'm also picking up there too, actually, for someone Virgo, that there's at least one of you where you will write down the 5 people closest to you. You will try to think of things that this is what I absolutely love and adore about this person. This is what I'm grateful for about this person. There is one person on your list, Virgo, that you struggle. You really struggle. Why am I grateful for this person? What good qualities does this person have? And I feel as though this leads you on a trajectory of, why do I have this person in my life if I can't find anything about this person that I actually like, and there's no positive contribution to my life from this person? Why do I class them as one of my 5 closest people? I'm just sort of picking up there that there's a Virgo out there that there may be somebody around you that this exercise really makes you realize that having them in your life isn't actually doing you any good. If anything, I feel like they just hassle you and annoy you and bring you down. Why do you want that person around you? Think about that, Virgo. Someone may need to cut someone out there. But, you know, free will. But I'm definitely seeing someone that may be holding you back a little bit, holding you down a little bit. I feel like that's actually part of the main message here is, you know, to stop and pay attention to, you know, the things about everyone in your life that you are grateful for. And then when you hit that person that you're like, oh, what exactly do they give to my life in a positive way? What are they contributing? They don't do anything for me. They just nag and hassle and hassle. Bring me down, keep me stuck. We have the ship coming through first. So some of you, I'm picking up with that ship here that some of you, I'm getting the dual messages again. Some of you may just be going on a family trip soon. It's just a bit of a side message I'm getting from that there. Just it may be something that you're thinking about starting to plan. It's well advised to do that. You know, get away, go on holidays, or do some travel with family. That's well advised for you, Virgo. But then that's followed through with the anchor and then the clouds. So it is actually talking about this person that you realize that once you actually sort of stop and think about it, with the clouds there, you actually stop and think about it and you're like, oh, they're not actually any positive influence on my life at all. They're no good for me. They just spending time with them hurts me. And every time I see this person, it's like I leave the situation less happy than when I got there. Do I really need this person in my life? And I feel like this is why we're seeing the ship for some of you, is because it's time to distance yourself from that person that is keeping you stuck. This person is the anchor on the ship that, you know, it's not, you don't need to stop the ship. You're trying to, you know, cross the ocean here. This is just going to hold you down and hold you back and drag you down, like drag you slower, make you go slower. It's keeping you stuck. It's they're not reliable, they're not dependable, and it's actually dragging you down. I feel like you're just so used to having them around that's what's reliable. That's what you depend on, because it's just, oh yeah, they're always there. They've always been there. But the more I actually think about it, just because they've always been there doesn't mean that I need to still have them there, because, you know, I'm over here trying to travel across the ocean. They're just sitting on that little island that I'm leaving, and they're just trying to keep bringing me back to that same little island. I don't want to be there. I want to be out traveling the sea. So I just feel like there's someone around you, Virgo, holding you back a little bit here. And maybe it may be time to just create some sort of distance between yourself and that person. I'm not saying you have to cut them off completely. I'm just saying, you know, just be a little bit more aware of it, and maybe creating some distance between yourself and that person. All right, but you are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Libra. Okay, Libra and family. What does Libra need to know in regard to family? Today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. Okay, so Libra. Unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. I'm picking up a random little side message here for someone. Someone within the family is I don't think possibly already involved, but will be. I just want to say will be involved in beauty, whether it's the beauty industry like makeup, or like I'm getting more along the lines of, you know, the unlimited possibility of this person being involved in beauty, or having such a great beauty, like being model, like a model type energy is what I'm getting. So that may be something that's relevant to you, Libra, where you may need to support someone in that, or you may need to learn a little bit more about some of the possibilities that you can help this person, move towards. Because it's like, for someone may be very interested in makeup, but there's more than just a makeup artist as a potential possible job opportunity for them to, pursue makeup. Maybe they are more interested in making makeup, or, all different types of things. Advertising makeup or modeling makeup, there's unlimited possibilities here. So I'm picking up that for some of you, this is actually, a message specifically about beauty and the beauty industry in some kind of a way. Okay. The two references that are coming through the hardest are modeling something, as well as makeup. It seems to be coming through pretty heavy. It could even just be, that they're interested in, starting some sort of portfolio, becoming, Instagram type stuff, or, just random stuff like that. But I feel like you're more a supportive role for that rather than you yourself, Libra. Some of you, of course, may be interested in that stuff, but I'm just picking that up randomly. Libra, and I nearly went to say Libra and makeup then. That was a bit random. Then dropped half the deck. Awesome. Libra and family. Libra and family. Definitely unlimited possibilities here. First card we have is the key. So that does talk about, opening the door to success. So I do feel as though there's really a way that you can help somebody open their doors to success within, it does feel more along the lines of like work type stuff. And it does sort of talk, it refers a lot to unlimited possibilities with the key here as well. So there's definitely some unlimited possibility when it comes to whoever that message is for here. So very interesting. We do also see that, with the key, some of you may actually be getting a key to like a family member's house, to borrowing someone's car, like an actual key. I am getting an actual key as well. So maybe that's what's coming through for some of you here as well, that there is possibility. So if you find yourself a bit stuck, there may actually be this possibility coming from family that someone can actually help you. If your car, something happens to your car, you need to borrow a car, someone may be willing to sort of step up and lend you their car. Same as with the house situation. Some of you, may need to move in with family for a little while, that kind of thing, or allow somebody to move in with you for a little while. It's just that handover of a key, someone giving you a key to their house, to their car, you giving your car key, house key to somebody there. It could be the key to something else completely. Like I just can't really think of like a safety deposit box, or, for some of you though, it could actually be you yourself unlocking this possibility that you've been looking for when it comes to, like you purchasing a new home or something along those lines, new car, those sorts of things as well. So that could actually be something affecting the immediate family at the moment as well, that you may actually be, getting the keys to a new house, to a new car. We do see, especially too, I do feel as though something like, because the next cards I have here is the coffin as well as the clouds. So I kind of do keep getting the same references of a new house, new car, having to borrow someone's house, borrow someone's car, but it's coming off the back of this coffin energy, which is something actually needs to end in order for this new beginning. And when this ends, it's going to stress you the F out. Okay, Libra, it's going to stress you out. It's going to give you some anxieties, because you're going to be like, oh no, my car died. Something's gone wrong with my car. That car has come to an end. but then you've got this new beginning when someone within the family actually gives you the keys to a new car, or you know, they lend you a car, and that actually creates some sort of new beginning for you in the right sort of way when it comes to this situation. So, you know, the more that you're stressing out, the more that you overthink it, the more confusion you're creating for yourself, and the harder it is going to be to see your way clear of this situation. So be careful to, you know, try not to stress too much. I know it's easier said than done, but you know, unfortunately, something does need to come to an end in order to have the brand new beginning here. But there is, you know, family. I feel like family is what's going to be helping you out here to, you know, see your way through this situation. You know, interim car, interim housing, that sort of stuff. You know, but it just means that if that's the case, your current housing situation needs to end. Your current car needs to end in order to have that new beginning, that help being necessary. You know, but it does, you know, these things always happen for a reason, even when they stress you the F out in the meantime, Libra. So that's what we have for you today. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. If you have an inkling who that rising star in the beauty industry might be, you're more than welcome to check out their placement as well. All right, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio and family. Scorpio and family. Turn lemons into lessons. Okay, so we see the lemonade there. So we all know that the original phrase is turning lemons into lemonade, but we're actually seeing turning lemons into lessons. So it's learning from something that has gone sour for you when it comes to family. This is actually a learning situation. Turning lemons into lessons. I am picking up, for some of you here, this is actually a car, a lemon, you know, a lemon car, a bit of a dud type of car. And that's actually becoming a lesson for you, because it's like, that's it. I need to learn more before I go and get another car, so I know what I'm looking for, so I know that I'm not going to get done with a dud again. And it for someone here, it's kind of turning you onto a, you know, this could actually be a brand new career path for somebody. That it's just this, I'm just getting this specific random situation here, Scorpio, where it's you know, someone getting a car lemon, and so you're like, oh, that's it, that's a dud. I need to learn a little bit more about cars, so that when I go and get another one, I'm not going to get another dud. And then this actually turns you onto this new life path where you realize, wow, I'm really interested in this. And maybe you start, you know, learning mechanics or something along those lines. You know, so for someone there, it could actually be, you know, the start of a brand new cycle in your life, just from this lemon. All right, but for everybody else, just in general there, that lemon is, you know, just something that has gone a bit sour, something that feels a bit off or a bit sour, you know, it's leaving a bad taste in the mouth, something that's happened for a lot of you in the family relatively recently, that's just left a sour taste in your mouth, and there's something important for you to learn from this. Maybe it's just something as simple as you can't trust people, even if it's family, you know, like you've got to be very wary of who you trust, those sorts of things as well. But we'll have a look here as well, see if we can get any extra info for you. Scorpio and family. Learning. A lot of learning. We have the book coming through first, which is educating yourself, learning, starting the next chapter, knowing more than what you currently know. So, you know, that is coming through strongly as just, you know, doing your research, educating yourself on something, whether it be, you know, that car example I gave, or whether it be, you know, something that has left a sour taste in your mouth. doing your research, doing your, learning a little bit more about that person. Why did they do that? Why would they do that? That sort of thing. Maybe something about what's actually happened. There's something about the experience itself you're needing to learn a little bit more about. So we're definitely seeing you needing to learn something here. And the family seems to be the instigating factor of you learning something, learning some new skill, just learning some, knowledge. Especially when it comes to money. We have the fish there as well. So for some of you, though, that's actually referring to a Gemini. All right, so it may be a Gemini connected to that for some of you, but for the rest of you, that is sort of something to do with finances, money. That you're needing to learn. So once again, though, with that example I gave of the car, that's how the money is connected, because, money, career, money, job, that's straight away connected. So it could actually lead you to more money in the future because you change career path, that sort of thing. But, for some of you, it's actually learning a little bit more about money, and because I'm picking up the trust thing again, like being willing to lend money, being willing to borrow money, that kind of message coming through. Turning those lemons into lessons, that you are learning a little bit more about how to manage your money, whether it be, lending money, or whether it be managing your money, specifically, like I need to, learn a bit more about how to invest and things like that. And for some of you, because some of you, the lemon hasn't actually happened to you. This is actually an example that you're observing. So it's kind of like an example of, and I feel like it's someone more in the extended family. So it might be like a cousin or an aunt or an uncle or something along those lines here, where you're seeing something that they've done in their life, a mistake that they've made in their life that has cost them. And you're kind of looking at that, observing that. You've heard this story about what they've gone through and whatnot, and you're using that as an example for your own life of like, oh, that person invested a whole bunch of money and they didn't know what they were doing, so they lost it all. If I invest money, I'm going to do my research and know what I'm doing, so that I don't lose it all. So in that sort of, what I mean, like using it as an example for your own life rather than directly affecting you. But we do see the clover coming through as well. So for some of you, this is directly watching, learning, observing, learning a little bit more about gambles that you're taking, whether that be to do with actual gambling. For some of you, you're watching somebody, lose all their money on gambling on something, and you're using that as a lesson, as I'm not going to gamble, just because I don't want to be in that same situation. But others of you, it's kind of like understanding, not only understanding, learning more about your financials, but learning more about what you're really willing to risk when it comes to financials. That, if you, in that example of gambling, once again, that if you put money into a poker machine, for example, something I've always said to myself when I'm, if I go to put money in a poker machine, is how much am I willing to lose? And that's how much I'll put in. If I'm going to get enough enjoyment out of $10 to just sit here and just, play the poker machine, if that $10, if that's worth it to me for that enjoyment, yeah, I'm happy to lose that $10 for the enjoyment of, involved, like having a go. Then yeah, I'll put the $10 in. But if I go, no, do you know what? $10 is actually more important to me this week. I'd rather have that $10 in my pocket. I won't put the money in. I won't take the risk, because it's about how much you're willing to risk losing. And I feel like that's somehow relevant here for you, that you're learning a little bit here, Scorpio. And for a lot of you, it's learning by example. It's like you're observing somebody else, and that's sort of showing you that I don't want to take that sort of risk, or I'm willing to risk this. Like, I'm willing to risk lending that family member $50 if it just gets them off my back. $50 is worth it if they leave me alone for a week, so it's those sorts of things coming through for you here. So thinking about things in that sort of a sense here, and making sure you are sort of, learning the extra, doing your research, learning what you need to learn about the risk factors involved, and whether you are or are not willing to take that risk. All right. So that's what we've got for you, Scorpio. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius and family. Sagittarius and family. Get creative. Oh, I know that is like super pale, that card. Yeah, super pale. It is a girl sitting at a desk. Okay, and she's got some, flowers and, positive affirmation stuff and paintings around her. It says, get creative and excite your imagination with wonder. Think outside of the square. Get creative. Get creative with it. Sagittarius, is this an upcoming birthday that you're having to buy a gift for somebody in the family? I'm picking up on that for some of you here. It's talking about, you're getting creative with it. I'm feeling, something imaginative, something creative that you're bringing to the family, you're giving to the family. For some of you, it's like a birthday gift, that someone's got an upcoming birthday and you're trying to think of a gift to give them. The most meaningful gift is going to be the creative, imaginative gift. For others of you, this is actually about, you're just bringing something to the family that's from your imagination, like you're sharing something with the family from your own creative skills or imagination. I'm kind of getting, for some of you here, it's like showing children how to make something or do something or paint something, so that the wonder continues in the family. That you're because it feels like you're actually helping, your creativity and your imagination is helping somebody else develop theirs. So whether it's, children in the family, whether it's just, by giving somebody a gift, and then that actually ends up being more meaningful to them than the monetary thing they thought they wanted. And because it inspires them in some kind of a way. So I'm just picking up, especially, I just keep getting this homemade gifts thing, Sagittarius. So if you do have someone with a birthday coming up or something along those lines, that, the homemade gift is going to be the best option, to be honest. Sagittarius. I'm also picking up on somebody having like a family art gallery thing. Something family art gallery that's going to be positive. Yeah, like this is really beautiful, especially for those of you who do have children in the family, whether it be the close family or the extended family. Whatever you're bringing or giving or teaching these children, not only does it bring you and these children closer, but it inspires their magic, their wonder, long term. All right, because we've got the lily coming through. We have the child here as well. And interestingly enough, we also have the mountain. So specifically, this could actually be a Capricorn child for some of you. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this is an actual child or somebody very childlike within the family. But you're kind of, whatever you're doing here with this person or for this person, you're giving them creative expression. You're giving them their own, you're showing them that it's okay to have imagination. It's showing them it's okay to be creative, that, and that's a long-term, it's kind of like a long-term life lesson for this child, that, especially too when it comes to this mountain card, because it's kind of like I'm getting a really lovely message here, that it's, teaching this child how to deal with trials and tribulations, that there's things that they can do in order to overcome obstacles in their life in the future. Okay, so I'm just kind of really picking up here that, for example, just as an example here, Sagittarius, of this is something that it could be, or something similar to this little example, is that you sit down and you teach a child how to draw animals, okay? And you teach that child how to draw an animal, maybe even just a simple dog picture, But this is something that, in the future, even if it's 10, 15 years from now, this child faces some sort of obstacle in their life. And do you know how one of the coping mechanisms that they actually use to help them get through that in the future is they'll sit there and they remember, oh, my aunt, my mum, my whoever taught me how to draw dogs, and now, just drawing and doodling and painting or whatever is now a way that they express themselves creatively to help them emotionally in the future. So it's actually really lovely because, and for some of you, this is actually, it becomes work for this person as well. That whatever because it can be a lot of things. It doesn't necessarily have to be drawing or painting, or it's creating in some kind of way, getting creative. You're using your imagination, you're being creative. So it could be a million different things. Creative and imaginative can cover, cooking and being creative in the kitchen, being creative in the garden, expressing themselves creatively, like acting. It can be a million different things here. It's just coming from creativity, from imagination, from you, and it's creating something really beautiful in this. I keep getting mostly child for a lot of you, so it may not even be. It may be a grown child, or maybe an adult child, maybe somebody who's just somehow childlike to you. So it could be like a younger sibling or a younger cousin. They may be a full-grown adult, but you're teaching them how to knit, and then that's something that they actually they may even turn that into a career down the track here as well. So it actually becomes very, very important in the future, and it all starts with you and you're sort of teaching or showing this person that it's okay to be like that, it's okay to do that, it's this is how you do that, this is how you be that. So it's actually really, really nice. I really like that because it's impactful. Okay, you're making some sort of long-lasting, impactful change to this person's sense of wonder, sense of creativity for their own self in the future. So it actually becomes quite significant, more significant than you may realize. So even if that's just giving somebody a homemade gift, it is actually very, very impactful for this person in the future. Okay. So that's what we have for you today, Sagittarius. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, but subscribe and we'll move on to our Capricorn. Capricorn and family. Capricorn and family. Ooh. We had this for Libra as well, Capricorn. You're the first one that's gotten the same card as another sign, so that's it's been interesting today actually. Normally I get quite a lot popping out all the same, but this is the first one. So if you do have Libra placements, you may want to check that reading as well. But we have today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. She's got the whole world in her hands. Yeah? You, Capricorn, have the whole world in your hands. And I feel as though the whole world is your family for a lot of you here. It's interesting, Capricorn, because we all know Capricorn are one of the more responsible signs, just to start with. But I am sort of picking up on a lot of responsibility here in your hands, Capricorn. this is reading a little bit differently to the Libra one, because I just keep getting that. Yeah, she's got the whole world in her hands. That's the literal picture. She has the earth here in her hands. So for some of you too, the earth in your hands, the actual dirt under your fingernails. Some of you need to go garden, do some gardening, get back to nature a little bit in that sense. It helps you see some of the extra possibilities around your energy at the moment, Capricorn. But majority of you, this message is she's got the whole world in her hands. So you, Capricorn, you hold all power, responsibility, control of the family here, whether you're aware of it or not. You've got and it feels, I kind of feel like I really hate giving these sorts of messages, to be honest, because with great power comes great responsibility, and I feel like I'm telling you that you are responsible, and I feel like that's very unfair of me to do that. That to say that you have all the responsibility here, but this is what I'm getting. Whether you know it, want it, or whatever, you do have a lot more responsibility in the family, to the family, for the family. I'll see if the Lenormand will clarify a little bit here, Capricorn, because it's not being very specific, other than just keep telling me that you've got the whole world in your hands, and the family is your whole world. So it may just be as simple as that. Like maybe you need to get back to earth a little bit and remember that, dude, your family is your whole world. Why are you looking beyond that so much? Why are you, spending so much time outside of your family when, your family is actually the most important thing to you? So maybe for some of you, that's what the grounding is all about. You need to get back to earth, to the family, earth to Capricorn. Stop working so much. Come back to earth. Come back to the family. It could be as simple as that for some of you. Capricorn and family. There you are up in space. We have the clouds there. So your head's up in the clouds. It's not focusing where it's needed to be focused. So yeah, it kind of is as simple as that, Capricorn, that you are just needing to focus on family a little bit more here, I feel. You're overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Just get back to basics. Get back to earth. Bring yourself back down to earth a little bit here, and get back to basics with the family. Get back to the family, because you care about your family. That's your responsibility to yourself, I think, for a lot of you. But we also see the whip here. So we see conflict. I feel like the conflict is, you just feel like you've got so many responsibilities that you forget that you are, like, you have this responsibility to be an active member of your family as well. So a lot of you are placing other responsibilities as more important than the family responsibility. So some of you are working too much, putting too much of that responsibility on your own shoulders here. And some of you, it's because it's like, because I am picking up strongly on, and I do feel like it's a male Capricorn that is doing this specifically. But like, you're placing too much responsibility on your own shoulders, that you have to be the breadwinner. So you don't necessarily need to be male for this. I'm just sort of saying that this is what I'm picking up. You're kind of being a very hard taskmaster on yourself, and you're saying that you are so responsible for being the breadwinner for the family, the money maker, that you have to go and focus on money, because you're the Capricorn, you're responsible, money. But your head's up in the clouds here, because your family just wants you to be there. So it's a hard balance sometimes here. Because your family just wants you to come back to earth. They just want you. They don't care about your money as much as they care about you. So yes, I understand that you are, trying to do the right thing, thinking that you're doing the right thing by money, but family actually needs to be a little bit more of a priority at the moment, Capricorn. So you need to take a chance that, we have the clover here as well, which is about taking a risk, taking a chance. Take a risk, take a chance on spending more time with family, whatever that, because it may be a little bit risky to take some time off work. You're fearful that it'll be too much of a risk to take time off work to spend more time with the family because I might get demoted, I might miss out on that promotion. Take the risk. I feel like for a lot of you, it's, there may be some sort of risk involved here, but you're pushing yourself too hard here, and you're forgetting what really matters to you, Capricorn, is kind of what I'm getting, that you are forgetting what really matters here. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Sorry, I'm so hot today. I'm just melting. But yeah, so you can cross-watch other placements, other people's placements as well. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius and family. Aquarius and family. Embrace your inner divine goddess. Look, this is my Billie Eilish card. It looks a bit like her, doesn't it? There's another one that I always think it is too, some actress that looks, in my brain, her and Billie Eilish look the same. Embrace your inner divine goddess. I'm actually picking up here, Aquarius, that I keep getting the message about a crown. Every time I'm looking at, your divine goddess, the goddess word keeps showing me a crown, and that you need to embrace it, that you're not embracing that. And so when we see the crown, when we're talking about family, it's kind of like your mantle, your within the family, your role a little bit here within the family, that you need to embrace that a little bit more, that that you're up on a pedestal more than you believe you are, if this makes sense. Like, I feel for a lot of you that it's maybe a little bit confronting, Aquarius, not going to lie. Like, I feel that it's kind of like the energy of you're sitting there saying, my family doesn't care about me. My family never does anything for me. My family think I'm the black sheep. My family think I'm the weak one. You're telling yourself all those sorts of storylines when it comes to your family. Especially like telling yourself that you're the odd one out, that you're, excluded, that you're not, like, that you're left out, that you're not given as much as other family members are. But there's actually something about your position in the family where you are actually up on a pedestal, and you seem unaware of all the things that you do get. It's kind of like you're focusing so much on what you feel like you're missing from the family that you're not even aware of all the things that you have from the family. It's like you're paying attention to the wrong things. Just trying to think of an example here. Well, I watch a lot of Reddit stories, random stuff. So there was one recently where it was like a family situation, and there was 3 siblings, and the parents gave 2 siblings, $50,000 towards a house and a wedding and things like that. And the third sibling was kind of like, oh, I never get anything. Why don't I get anything? But then it comes out that the parents had bought that child, a $20,000 car. They had paid, $60,000 for university or college, whatever you call it. They had, given this child this extra money for this and that when they're in a hard spot. And so then when it came around to that child having, wanting the house and the wedding money, the 50 grand that the other kids had gotten, they were like, where's my 50 grand? You gave them 50 grand towards a house and a wedding. Where's my 50 grand? And everyone else is sort of sitting there like, but we've given you way more than 50 grand, but it just went to other things. Just because it went to other areas, went to university, it went to, helping you out, it went to a car. So I feel like it's kind of that. That's the energy I'm getting here. That I don't want to be mean, but it's a little bit entitled, Aquarius. It's giving me a little bit of entitlement energy. And that you need to actually embrace the fact that you are up on a pedestal. You are the goddess. That you already do have a lot being given to you from your family. But it's not necessarily the things that you think. It's just different to what you think. So it's looking at things in a different, looking at things and stopping and really actually stopping and being grateful for the things that you have been given, even if they're not necessarily the things that you want. Does that make sense? Like you want the money for the house and the car, the house and the wedding, but you've already been given the money for the uni and the car. So maybe you can't have what you want because you've already been given a lot. Just different to what you thought. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to not, blame you here or anything like that, because I just feel as though you just are totally unaware of this. And that's why you're being asked to embrace this. You just seem to be completely unaware of that. So you haven't even stopped and thought about it. Do you know what I mean? So that you're just being asked to stop and think about it and realize the full extent of the situation, because there's just something you're not seeing that actually makes up for what you feel like you're missing out on here. Aquarius and family. And it's also like asking me to remind you too about the love languages stuff. All right, because because I know that it does feel unfair on you as well, Aquarius. And I'm not saying that it's not. And you are justified in the way that you feel. That is totally fine. Especially too, because for some of you, this is actually like an emotional thing where you feel as though people in the family don't love you because they don't tell you they love you. For example, they don't use words of affirmation to tell you that they love you. But the way that they show love is buying gifts. And they're like, they've given you a lot of gifts. So to them, they're saying, they're like, oh, but Aquarius knows how much I love them because I've bought them all those gifts. Whereas you're sitting there like, I don't know how much they love me because they have not told me with the words of affirmation. So you're being asked to think about that as well. So if you're someone who needs those words of affirmation, but actually maybe stop and think about, all the other love languages, and maybe there's just a mismatch between you and family members, and they're a gift giver, and that's how they show love. So maybe needing to stop and actually recognize that about them, and then go, oh, well, hang on, they're a gift giver and they've given me all these gifts. So, that is actually equal to them saying, I love you, Aquarius. To them it is. To you, it's not, but to them it is. So think about that as well. Aquarius and family. Aquarius and family. Yeah, you may just need to have some conversations and just bring it to them. Bring it to their attention. Because we have the birds followed by the rider. So we have a conversation being brought to someone's attention here. And it stirs things up. We find new ideas on ways of doing things. It gets things moving in the right direction here. Stirs things up. So you may just need to have a conversation with someone about this. All right, and just have that conversation. Have that conversation with yourself. Think about it a little bit deeper, and then take that conversation to the person. All right. So that's what we have for you, Aquarius. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces and family. Pisces and family. Why am I counting? I never count while I'm shuffling, Pisces. Why am I counting? What are you counting? Counting on? You're counting on somebody. Somebody's counting on you. Counting. Seeing this card now. You've miscounted, Pisces. You've miscounted. It's not making sense, I know, but it's like you've counted. You're like, I can count on one hand my family. Whether that's the case or not, this is an example. You're like, I can count on one hand who my family is. I've got my mum, my dad, my sister, my brother, and then my one cousin that's important. I can count my family on one hand. You're miscounting. There's all these other fingers. Surround yourself with your soul tribe. So Pisces, there is people that are not related to you that are your family. There are people, pets as well, that you're not counting. Why are you not counting those people? Why are you not counting that pet? They are your family. That is your family, and you know it. Why are you not giving credit where credit's due? That person is your family. They love you. They support you. They're there for you. Maybe more than some of your actual family is. So why are you not counting on them when you count your family and the people that really matter? Why do you count them separately to your family? Just because they're not blood? Why does that make a difference? I just feel the need to ask you that, Pisces, that, for some of you too, it's like, why are you not counting that person? Because you know that that's your soul tribe family. Pisces and family. And for some of you too, I'm getting a similar message to what I got for Virgo, that you're counting someone as family who is actually not true soul family. That you're counting them as family though, because they're related to you or because they live with you. But are they really your family in the way that matters? Are they really there for you to support you and love you? Sorry, Pisces. But I am picking up that there may be somebody around you that you're counting, that you're miscounting. You're counting someone who should not be counted, and you're forgetting to count someone who should be. Swap those people out. You don't need that person that's not doing you any justice in your life just because they're blood related. What's that phrase? Blood is thicker than water. People try to say that to sort of make you say, "Oh, your blood family it's thicker than water." The full sentence is the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. So it's actually the opposite to what people mean when they say that. It actually means that, the covenant, the blood of the covenant, the people that you align with, that you have a covenant with on a soul level, it's more important than the waters of the womb, the people that are related to you through your birth and placement in the family. Pisces and family. Pisces and family. I'm randomly picking up two, actually, Pisces. This is totally unrelated, but for some of you Pisces, your family, this is another reason why you're miscounting. Some of you, I feel like I'm talking to specifically female Pisces here, but your family is about to increase and you aren't aware of that yet. Go and do a pregnancy test if that could be you. Because you are about to find that out. It's a very ambiguous message here. It does feel very separate to the message we've just spoken about. Because I feel like that's all you needed to know, that you're miscounting. Stop counting the people that don't really matter. Start counting the people that do. And there possibly is somebody that you have not been aware of that you are going to have to start counting soon for some of you. And for some of you, that's not you that's pregnant either. That's somebody very close to you, though. So it could be a partner, could be somebody very close to you, like a sibling or a parent or a child even. But your family is about to increase in number. And for somebody, it's your cat. Your cat is pregnant. About to have kittens, okay? We have the letter coming through. Communication. Talking openly and honestly. It's a very ambiguous message. It's not wanting to be very clear exactly. It's not like every single message I've gotten today has been relatively pretty specific. And this is specific, but it's not telling me the thing. Communication. Okay, so we've got the letter. We're starting off with some sort of communication. Starting off with, could be paperwork. It could be paperwork. It does feel more like paperwork. What? It could be like somebody's will. It could be, like a marriage license or some sort of paperwork. I am picking up on, for some of you, it might have to do with a house as well, but I'm not seeing any proof of that there. But it's like some sort of documentation. Communication about what? I'll go through the cards. I might have to come back and clarify here because there is something very specific I'm just missing, that little thread. We have the clover here as well. Normally that talks about, taking a chance, taking a risk on something. But for you, it's talking about good luck. Luck is on your side, good fortune. So especially for those of you where this could be like an inheritance communication, some sort of document about a will or something like that, fortune is favoring you, for good fortune being communicated here, that there's, communication about a fortune for some of you, just outright, and good fortune, short term. It is pretty quickly short term here too. I even want to say like 3 days or something like that. We also have the fox coming through. This doesn't actually feel like someone in the family. This feels like it's more professional. It is feeling like a lawyer type or accountant type person. That's why I keep getting drawn back to this idea of a will or some sort of contract. And this is like a judicial, someone's the official person, you know, delivering that or signing off on that or letting you know about that, the fine details of that. Because this has got a lot of intelligence. There's someone very, very sort of smart, very clever. They know what they're doing. They you know, I keep getting lawyer because they you know, they are a bit trickster. Oh, pardon me. Very unclear. What's the cough? That doesn't feel like my cough. That's like feels like somebody's a bit sick or something, emphysema or something. It's not being super clear, Pisces. What's going on? This it could be like an independent contractor of some sort that you're signing a contract with. It's important with the fox there. Make sure you read the fine print of that contract or that paperwork. But, you know, at the end of the day, luck is on your side with that. So it works out fine for you regardless. I feel like this is actually good news, something good happening for you. It does feel completely separate from the original message. I'm just trying to work out what exactly this is. Can you please clarify this message for Pisces regarding family? Please clarify this message for Pisces regarding family, please. Or reword if that's reword or clarify this message for Pisces regarding family. Here comes that fox again in the form of the gentleman this time. We have the stars and then the gentleman. That gentleman is the fox. That's the fox. So it's most likely a masculine person, a very intelligent, logical, rational. It's a businessman type person, like a lawyer, a consultant, someone official, someone somehow a bit official, like professional. But they're coming with the stars for you, Pisces. This is like your dream come true. Whatever this communication, paperwork, documentation, luck is definitely on your side. Fortune favors you here. But your wishes are coming true. Your dreams are coming true. Something maybe you've been hopeful for, looking forward to the potential possibility of this occurring. Some of you may already know a little bit about this or have a feeling about this because, you know, it does talk about hope and optimism, a reason to be hopeful and optimistic here. That whoever this person is, it's good. It's good. I kind of get, you know, this professional energy is bringing good luck, dreams come true for you. Your dream showing up on. You may want to check your other placements. It may give you a bit of a deeper understanding of what's going on here because that's as clear as I can be with this message, Pisces. It's being very ambiguous. Maybe it just doesn't want you to know the specifics until it actually happens. You know, obviously it may be a bit different for each and every one of you as well. So that's what we have for you, Pisces. Like I said, check your other placements, see what's going on there. You're more than welcome to cross-watch for other family members as well. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again soon.